So today we are embarking on quite possibly the most chaotic Coach unboxing on YouTube. You've been warned. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Caleb. I post luxury and lifestyle related content every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So if that's something you're into, which between us, low-key, it's probably something you're into. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Say hi down in the comments. Find me over on Instagram at caleb.snell.designer. And what are we doing today? We are embarking on a very chaotic Coach unboxing. Now, you guys, this story, it is a roller coaster of emotion. Trigger warning, I don't know, but there's a lot of ups and downs, both emotionally, physically, space and time. It is crazy. So let's get into it. Now, if you've been following along within my lives and my most recent Coach Goodwill, unboxing, you're gonna know the one that got away. It was a Coach Legacy Alley shoulder bag, brand new with tags attached, and I had bid $132, got beat by $133, and lost the bag. Now at the time I was okay with that because if you guys remember, I unboxed that gorgeous alligator leather made in Italy Coach clutch, and I spent a pretty penny on that, not gonna lie, safe space, it is what it is. And I was like, okay, maybe it's not such a bad thing that the Coach Legacy bag got away. And then whoever beat me to the punch and beat me by $1, $1 frickin' dollar, didn't pay for it. Now when it comes to shopgoodwill.com, you have 7 days from winning the item to pay for it, otherwise it gets relisted. And lo and behold, it got relisted. Now you're thinking to yourself, okay, great, now we have an unboxing. It was perfect. This is where it goes a little bit off the tracks. During my live last week, or a couple weeks ago now at this point, I shared with you guys oh my gosh, this bag is literally ending in 10 minutes. I lost out on it the first time. I was not gonna let that happen again. Put my max bid in, which was a lot more than what it went for, and I won. For $46 after all the shipping, tax, shipping and handling, all that, fluff, it came out to like $69. And then it arrived today, and I was immediately disappointed. Before I start talking about it anymore, I'm gonna show you guys the bag. I hate those videos where they're like, oh, I have a bag unboxing, and they talk for like 15 minutes and barely show you the bag. So let's get the bag out, so that way you have some eye candy, something to look at. It's sitting right here, it's already out of the bag. This, you guys, is my brand new with tags attached Coach Alley Hobo in the color Whiskey. Now this originally retailed back in 2006 for $498. Whoever donated it never carried it. But there was a problem, you see. It didn't look like this when I got it. I spent hours working on this bag tonight after work. So when it arrived, it was like white. It was kind of like faded with like a milky white substance. There was white along the resin. And if you're familiar with this Coach Legacy collection from 2006, the 65th Legacy Anniversary collection, then you know the problem with the verdigris. The verdigris. I immediately texted Classics with a Cork, as one does when you have a leather question, because she really knows her stuff. And I was like, hey, here's some pictures. What's going on? And she's like, ooh, could be one of two things. I'm like, ooh, okay. In my mind, I was thinking it might be mold. After all, this bag did come from Southwest Florida. Leather bags and the humidity just isn't the best decision to make. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be mold. It's covered in verdigris. I mean like thick. Like it looked like it's been sitting on the Titanic for 100 years. The hardware was like super green. I have some before and after pictures for you. And I was like, Corky, please help me. What is going on with this bag? She's like, okay, it's one of two things, mold or leather spew. What is leather spew? I have been collecting bags since literally 2006, 2007, and not once in all of my research have I heard the term leather spew. Apparently, when you have a really thick, rich leather and the fats and the oils and the greases inside the skin starts to separate from the leather itself, it comes through in the form of like a white substance. And I was like, okay, well, how do I fix leather spew, this magical thing that I have never heard of before? And she's just like, well, you just take a hairdryer to it. It's like, okay, well, before I did all that, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna risk it. It's probably mold, it has bad verdigris. I immediately sealed it back in its box and I was like, shopgoodwill.com of Southwest Florida. I need a refund because I cannot use this bag. It has mold. I was not gonna risk putting this in my closet, infecting the Hermès Kelly, the Fendis, the YSL, the LVs. It was not gonna happen on my watch. I was like, great. I'm like, Today was supposed to be an amazing day. I was supposed to actually get 3 packages from shopgoodwill.com. This is the only one that came today. So I was supposed to have this big, beautiful unboxing for you guys on Wednesday. I was gonna have this, a couple of small leather goods, one incredibly rare scarf with the tag still attached, by the way. None of it came. I was like, crap, I have nothing to film for Wednesday. I mean, I had something on my calendar, don't get me wrong, but I was like, I was really hoping for an unboxing. A boy needs a new bag. It's a Monday, right? A few hours goes by and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go grab my hairdryer and I'm gonna give it a shot. And you know what? It was the neatest thing to watch. So the worst part was here underneath the strap. Like that was pure white, you guys. I'm like, oh God, it's really bad mold. And the way that you can tell if it's leather spew and not mold, the leather spew will kind of evaporate back into the leather. For some reason, the heat pushes it back in. If that's true, I don't know. Maybe it's just evaporating into the air. But if it's white mold, the mold will be unaffected by the heat, and you have to do like a whole vinegar thing. This bag's lined, so that wouldn't have worked. It was gonna be a whole process. But you guys, I'm happy to report the leather spew went back into the leather. Like, you're probably really jazzed. It's Wednesday afternoon and you're learning about leather spew. I mean, it is what it is. So then the next problem with the most beautiful collection from Coach is verdigris. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with verdigris or this collection, verdigris is when like the backing of the brass hardware oxidizes and it literally pushes out green gunk. And the gunk is horrible to deal with. It is literally like a green crayon. Unfortunately, there was a casualty. Of course, only the 2 white stripes in my flap received some of the verdigris gunk. So I'm gonna have to like, I don't know, like raw soap or something? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments how you clean your satin linings because I keep my bags pristine so I wouldn't know. That is one of the best parts of the Legacy collection is the 65th anniversary Legacy stripe. This is a fun nod back to Bonnie Cashin's era because she did something similar. So for the anniversary, they really pumped it up and they made this beautiful Legacy stripe. Low-key, fun trivia fact. The Coach Legacy anniversary stripe was my MySpace background in 06. Love that for me. I wasn't gay. Anyway, this is the Legacy Alley Hobo Flap Shoulder Bag, and I love it. So I shortened the strap a little bit because it is adjustable. I was like, you know what? It's kind of giving me like big, beefy, soft tabby vibes, and you all know I love my soft tabby. So I shortened the strap so that way it could be like more of like a handheld moment. You could still put it over your shoulder if you wanted to, but I'm a 6'7" man and it kind of looks a little weird on me. So I'm probably gonna go either handheld or pair it up with like a crossbody strap and just connect it to these O-rings, and that is 100% gonna be a vibe. Now, the back does not have a slip pocket. Instead, you have 2 more big rivets, which of course, verdigris, gotta love it. It's thick Vachetta leather and it still smells like rich Coach Legacy leather. I mean, whoever bought this and never carried it, here's the proof. The tags are still attached. Thank you so much, even though you let it leather spew and verdigris. Now inside, there is more to share with you guys. So inside, you have more of that Legacy stripe goodness, and there is a pretty decent sized pocket here at the front. I have the biggest, newest iPhone, and that could easily slide down in here, whichever model that is. So I'm sure yours could fit too. Now inside, super cute though, you still have that old cell phone slip pocket from 2006. So back then, what would that have been? My Motorola Razr, or would that have been my Motorola Razr, and another cute little slip pocket. But in the zippered pocket, I have the original paperwork still. So in here I have the Coach leather care guide where it says specifically do not use our moisturizer or conditioner on it, which you shouldn't anyway because it's terrible for your leather. Literally, you guys, like only brave souls can handle verdigris. Like it is everywhere on my island, and I've cleaned it like 16 times. So this kind of covers kind of the offerings at Coach at the time, their stylistic cues. It just kind of gives you like a little bit of a history on different things, distinctive styling, how to care for your bags, how to get a hold of Coach customer service there. And it's just something fun to have with the bag. Now, another thing that told me like, hey, Caleb, it's probably not mold. All the paperwork is totally fine. So I think we're safe from the mold. Also, this era of Coach, something else that I absolutely love is the creeds they did back then. Is that not beautiful? With the gold foil, the distinctive cursive handwriting. Like they really thought out this collection. Just like this was the time to be a Coach lover. This bag retailed for $498 USD before tax, and that's pretty much what an LV bag would have cost back then. I think I bought my first Speedy 40 in 07 for only $625, I think, before tax. So this wasn't far off, and this was at the lower end for the Legacy Coach collection. I think the most expensive bag, you could get like the GG and the XL Lily, which I had back in the day. Kind of wanted again, but it still fetches a huge price. Those were about $800. The snakeskin XL Lily was about $3,000. I think the ostrich was the same price. And then you could jump all the way up to alligator for $7,000. Like, this was a very pricey collection. And whenever I think of Coach, like, this is the Coach era that comes to mind. Like this beautiful thick vachetta leather, big chunky hardware, although it verdigris, what can you do? Anyway, guys, I am super excited to cut these tags off and be the first person to carry this gorgeous legacy leather alley hobo. It's been waiting for me for almost 20 years, so it's about time, right? Make sure to join me Sunday, May 21st, 11 a.m. Central Time for the Dooney & Bourke all-weather leather total care guide. I am literally so excited to unleash this. It's going to be such a good video, so come back. And if you have anything else you want to see, shoot me a recommendation down in the comments or DM me on Instagram. Like, let me know what you want to see, because I mean, hello, that's why we're here. Thank you for joining us today. I know, chaotic, it is what it is. You wouldn't have it any other way around here. Until the next time, guys, stay safe, have fun. We'll see you guys then. Bye-bye. Leather spew. Leather spew.